Hi everyone, it's Brian here, and this is a very quick fire video. In fact, I'm going to do a response to my friend Diane Jarecki, who's put together a really fun tag for Easter and for the fact that Easter Sunday and April Fool's Day both land on the same day, and she's put together the tag Happy Easter Fools tag, which I think is a great idea. I've been seeing lots of things passed around on Facebook and various places with people discussing how can they best combine Easter and April Fools, and they're talking about doing things like wrapping up Brussels sprouts to look like Easter eggs and things like that and handing them out to their friends, which amuses me, frankly. I'd be quite happy actually if I got a Brussels sprout dressed as an Easter egg. I like Brussels sprouts, although one probably would be a bit disappointing. So she's put together this tag, and there are 4 questions for the tag, and the deal is that you take a deck of cards, tarot cards, and you shuffle them and you pick 4 cards and you use those cards to respond to the questions that she's put together. So the questions are: number 1, in what way am I fooling myself? Number 2, what surprises does April hold for me? Number 3, what is blooming for me now? And number 4, what can I do to transform my life? So I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot, which I've only recently acquired, and I've wanted it for a very long time. I've only recently got it, and I love it. I just think it's a gorgeous deck. It's just got such beautiful colours and images. It's just, it really is a lovely deck. I know that many of you will be familiar with it. I'm not going to do a walkthrough because there are many of those available on YouTube already, but just beautiful in terms of the colours. It's really a lovely deck, yes, so I'll have fun exploring this. So I'm going to use this for my Happy Easter Fools tag response, and so we're just going to give the cards a shuffle, and we'll think about the energies of Easter and the energies of April Fools, and a response to Diane's Happy Easter Fools tag. Okay, so I'm going to cut the deck, and then we'll just take the first set of cards that come from the top. So the first one is, in what way am I fooling myself? And we have got the 7 of Wands. So yes, this kind of speaks to me because well, just in terms of quick fire response from me, in terms of where things are at the moment, I have noticed that sometimes I think things are going to be more problematic and more difficult and more conflict based than actually they turn out to be, particularly in a work setting. And my work recently has been through, has involved quite a lot of not conflict exactly, but some anxieties about the future and looking at options for the future and so on. But what I notice is that most of those anxieties remain in my mind and actually don't come to fruition. So I think the 7 of Wands, in terms of asking me what way am I fooling myself, is perhaps saying that I'm defending against more than I need to. So that's what I'm taking from that. So what surprises does April hold for me? Next card, Strength. Well, that's a nice surprise card to get. So perhaps the surprise is that I'm going to be in more of a position of strength than perhaps I thought. Of course, I suppose it could mean that the other people maybe it means that other people are more in a position of strength. No, I always take tarot card meanings to refer to the person who's asking, and that's me. So I'm going to take that as an indication that there will be more strength involved than perhaps I appreciated. So what is blooming for me now? I'm not so familiar with these cards yet that I know what they are. The Hermit. Wow, that's a lovely Hermit card. So this is interesting because the Hermit is, those of you who have looked at the video, I've mentioned this in a couple of videos where I've looked at my birth card and I've gone beyond the usual way of looking at the birth card, and where you add together the day and the month and the year, and you get your number, and that's your birth card. And if I do that, I get the Chariot. But if I add my time of birth in, which is 125, 1325, if I add the 13 and the 25 to my sum of my birth date, it eventually reduces down to 9, the Hermit. So this is my, you might say, my inner birth card. So that's quite interesting for me in terms of what's blooming. And it's also interesting because I've also been exploring the Enneagram recently, and I'm going to say more about the Enneagram in future videos, but what I'm discovering is that, and what I'm fairly sure of, is that I'm a type 9 on the Enneagram. It's not always obvious and immediate in terms of knowing what your type is for the Enneagram, but through the explorations I've done, more and more I seem to be reaching the conclusion that I am a 9. And the 9, of course, is the Hermit. And I'm actually going to do a video series which looks at how the Enneagram links to tarot and numerology, etc., etc. So, so that could be what is blooming for me now, because it's certainly blooming in my head. I've been thinking about that quite a lot and beginning the process of planning it. So that feels quite right. And what can I do to transform my life? So the last card could not be more appropriate for Happy Easter Fools. It is the Fool. And again, this is a lovely card in this deck. So I think for me, what I would take from that is perhaps needing to be more playful, more willing to step into the unknown. Yeah, I mean, I think I am actually, I'm aware that there have been times in my life in the past when I've been perhaps a bit more willing to take a step into the unknown than I've been recently. So, and that partly comes with age, I suppose. We just, become a little bit, or I anyway, have become a bit more fixed in my ways. Excuse me while I take a sip. Cheers, everyone. Happy Easter. I've got a mug with, I was going to say Easter things on it. It's not really, but spring things. There's squirrels and birds and flowers and all that kind of stuff. So. And it's coffee. It's not a magical, mystical tea, it's coffee. I feel the need. And yeah, so I think this notion of stepping out into the unknown a bit more and embracing that a bit more is that resonates with me. So those are my responses. So thank you very much, Diane, for this lovely tag. It's a really nice 4-card spread, and I'll put Diane's original video below so you can see her take on this, and I'm already seeing some other responses and they're great as well. So happy Easter to you, Diane, and happy April Fool's Day when it comes, and happy Easter to everyone else. Whatever you're doing and whatever you're planning, I wish you all the best of the season, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Take care. Bye.